The Multiverse Revealed, Episode 3.
The quantum split, many worlds of one choice.
What if every decision you make isn't a fork in your life, but a seam in the universe? Ida. What if you are a chorus, each voice singing a different verse of the same song, split by quantum chants and stitched together by a deeper law? Tonight we step into the moment a choice divides and reality multiplies. The many worlds view says quantum events don't pick a single outcome. They unfold all allowed outcomes in parallel branches of reality. When a quantum coin is tossed, there isn't one universe where it lands heads and maybe tails. There are two universes, one where heads happens, one where tails happens, and each version of you experiences one result. The strange interference patterns we observe in labs are the footprints of those parallel histories brushing against ours. Many Worlds isn't a fantasy add-on. It's a way to take quantum theory literally without the extra rule that things magically collapse when watched.
1. The split felt from the inside.
Close your eyes and remember a small, pivotal moment. The text you almost didn't send, the interview you almost cancelled. In one branch you pressed send, in another you didn't. Both outcomes exist, but you feel only one. That's what a branch is like from the inside. A perfectly ordinary life with no sense that reality just duplicated, because the other version of you, equally convinced they are the you, continued along the other outcome.
2. Interference, the hint behind the curtain.
In the double-slit experiment, opening a second path for a single particle can make dark bands appear on the screen, places where the particle is less likely to land. It's as if another version of the particle cancels your version's chance of arriving there. The cleanest way to picture that cancellation is to admit that more than one history is in play at once, and their wave-like contributions add or subtract. When we arrange things so those histories can't mix, by measuring, by leaving a mark, by letting the environment listen, the interference vanishes. That's the first clue that unseen alternatives are not imaginary. They have causal bite when allowed to interact.
3. Why you don't see cats that are half alive.
If the world branches so easily, why don't we see sofas that are half blue, half red, or cats that are half alive? The answer is decoherence. The moment a delicate quantum superposition interacts with the messy environment, air molecules, light, heat, it becomes entangled with countless degrees of freedom. The interference between branches is then effectively washed out. Each branch contains a clean, classical-looking outcome, and crosstalk becomes astronomically tiny. You never witness both at once, not because it never existed, but because the universe is too good at keeping histories separate once they've spread into the world.
4. The rule of the odds, why you should still trust probabilities.
If everything that can happen does happen, what does probably even mean? Here, Many Worlds pairs with a remarkable insight. Rational agents inside a branching reality should weight futures by the Born rule, the usual quantum probabilities. Think of it as decision theory for a branching self. You bet as if the squared wave amplitudes measure the share of your future measure across branches. You still care about odds because you still care about how much of you, across futures, wins or loses.
5. Quantum computing, work across worlds.
A classical computer samples one computation path at a time. A quantum computer prepares a controlled superposition of many paths and then choreographs their interference so the wrong answers cancel and the right answer is amplified. Where did all those intermediate trials happen? In Many Worlds language, across branches braided together at the end. You never meet the other branches head-on, but you harvest their work in the interference pattern that remains.
6. The 4 threads that make a worldview.
Many worlds is one strand in a larger weave where quantum physics describes the multiverse. Computation describes what transformations are possible. Evolution explains how complex knowledge grows. Epistemology explains why the best explanations, not raw sensations, decide what we call real. When those strands pull together, parallel worlds stop being a campfire story and become the simplest reading of experiments we already know how to do.
7. A short parable, the Hall of Keys.
You stand in a hall with 2 doors and 1 key. A sign says, "Only 1 door opens today." You try the left, click, it opens. You step through. Somewhere else, another you tried the right, click, and walked into a different morning. Neither of you saw a ghost or felt a tear in the universe. But when the day is done, a certain pattern, an interference like harmony, confirms that the hall always contained both notes. The song needed both to resolve.
Symbols that rhyme with splitting.
Indra's net, a cosmos of reflections within reflections, like branches reflecting branches. The 2 paths in the forest. In myth, the hero must choose. In physics, the hero takes both, and the forest keeps both stories. The world tree. Roots and limbs that diverge yet are nourished by one sap, the image of shared law feeding many realities. Hermetic, as above, so below. Patterns that echo across scales, interference here, resonance there, one hidden grammar writing many verses. These images aren't mechanisms, but they train the mind to accept that multiplicity can be the most natural face of unity.
Criticism, debate, and the countermoves.
It multiplies entities needlessly. If collapse is an extra rule with no clear mechanism, dropping it is actually simpler. The price is admitting the consequences of the math, many worlds. I only experience one world. Exactly what the theory predicts. First-person experience is always branch local. Every version of you reports the same thing. It's not testable. The theory's predictions match standard quantum mechanics, but its explanations are cleaner. Interference is crosstalk between branches, not a miracle of observation. Where rival interpretations add unobservable machinery, ad hoc collapses, hidden variables, many worlds keeps the law and pays its ontological bill up front. Meaning collapses if there are countless me's. Meaning is not rarity, it is responsiveness. A sunrise is not less beautiful because many see it. Your life is not less urgent because many versions live it. Ethics in a branching cosmos is just ethics, with a sharper edge. Choose well, because your choice becomes a whole world.
Final thought.
If reality is an ever-branching river, then purpose is the hand on your oar. The current divides, but your stroke still matters. Between the tick and the tock, 1,000 worlds take breath. Choose so this one learns to sing.
The quantum split, many worlds of one choice.
Between the tick and the tock, 1,000 worlds take breath. Choose so this one learns to sing. If this glimpse into the multiverse resonated with you, stand with Positive Vortex. Like, share, and subscribe. And to support our work directly, click the thanks button or join the channel to step deeper into the mystery.